wanted, while we waited for Brother Branham to come, and he came and he was in a motel, and I wanted so desperately to speak to him, ask him, tell him about my father, ask him if he would pray. But there was no opportunity. He was waiting on God in the motel, and then he'd come to the meeting, and I was playing the piano, and then he'd leave the platform and go back to the motel, and it was just every day like that. And I was just longing. And then we went to Victoria and carried on with the meetings there, and there was no help from anyone, none of the churches. In fact, for Victoria, the Anglican Church of Canada gave us one of their organists who came forward and played the organ for the meetings, if you can imagine, not even a Christian or a believer. She came forward to play the organ. And so then after those meetings were over, and we were at the motel outside, and Brother Branham was talking to my husband and just saying the parting words, "It's been wonderful to be here. We're thankful for what the Lord has done, and maybe we'll see you again." And they were just saying a few parting words. I was standing about this far to there, quietly, just under the lights of the motel. And Brother Branham turned to me and said, "By the way, Sister Biscoe, your father will be all right." And there was no big shouting, clapping, jumping, just that serene peace. And from that moment, my father, who was his life hanging on a thread, improved. And for the next 20 years, there was not an indication that there had ever been anything wrong with his heart. He had an examination every year, and the attending specialist said, "If I had not been the attending doctor, I could never tell that you had ever had anything wrong with your heart." And when he passed away at 84 years old, 20 years later, he simply passed away from old age. And not only that, he died a believer. And from that moment, my family, who had never gone to church, my mother was saved and baptized at 82. My sister was saved and baptized at about 50. My brother was saved at 90 years old, never had a chance to be baptized, but was saved. And my whole family, one at a time, by God's grace, somehow came in. So never, never give up on your family. Just hold them before the Lord, even if they're not anywhere around you. They can be hundreds of kilometers away. Just hold them before the Lord and God's promise, and He'll work it out. He'll bring them. So I'm thankful for that.